Even more so once her children embellished it to great-grandman. "Leave it to Jared to cash in on dropping out of college," Florence said. "Twice. Still I'm baffled. Jared's never even expressed interest in gardening." He'd never expressed interest in seawater before he went on that desalinization jack. He'd never fried an egg before he took that Moroccan cooking course. Jared's whole life is a what doesn't belong in this picture puzzle where nothing belongs in the picture. An agrarian idol doesn't fit, so it does fit. It's logical in its illogic. Is this how you bend over backwards getting your clients to make sense of their lives? I'm impressed. That was athletic. The truth is, Mom and Dad have been immense encouraging. They think the farm is great. Anything to get him to move out. Gosh, leaving home at the tender age of 35, isn't that brave? They shared a collusive laugh. They were the adults, and whatever their failings, at least neither sister was the family's shiftless, self-indulgent fuck-up. "So, where is this place?" "Gloversville, New York, if you can believe it," Avery said, "where they used to make gloves or whatever." "Don't mock. Every town in this country used to make something." "What does this place grow?" "It's got some apple and cherry trees, carrots, corn. I think he even inherited a few cows. One of those family farms where the owners got too old and the kids wanted nothing to do with it." "Those concerns always run at a loss," Florence said. "And he's in for a shock. Small-scale farming is backbreaking work. Nuts. I haven't talked to him in months." "He's taken a survivalist turn. He's calling the property Citadel as if it's a fortress. The last few times we've talked, he's been pretty dark. All this end-of-days stuff. It's so weird. I walk around the district. The bars are packed. Property prices are skyrocketing again, and everyone's easing in the back of those driverless electric cars that cost $200,000. The Dow has the investment equivalent of high blood pressure. And meantime, our little brother is holed up with these doom-saying downloads. Repent, the end is nigh. The center cannot hold. We're all about to die. The text he devours is secular, but the emotional appeal is evangelical Iowa. No wonder he's ended up on a farm. Well, a lot of people had that reaction to the Stone Age. You crack me up. Nobody says that anymore. Call me a pedant, but blurred into the Stone Age, it loses any of its as-in bombed back into meaning. You are a pedant, just like Dad. Language is alive and you can't put it in the freezer. But never mind. I don't think Jared is having a delayed reaction to the Stone Age. Avery spaced the expression elaborately, as she might condescend to a moron who had to have it spelled out that AC was air conditioning. This idea of his, and it's hardly unique to Jared, right? The conviction that we're teetering on a precipice about to pitch into freefall? It's all projection. It has nothing to do with the world or the terrible course this country has taken for which we're all going to pay. It has everything to do with Jared's sense of personal precariousness. It's a pessimism about his future. But worrying about the collapse of civilization instead of the collapse of his hopes to become a desalinization expert because the qualifications were too much trouble, well, the global prophecy makes him feel more important. "Ever share this theory with Jared?" Florence said. "He might not care to have his political opinions dismissed as being only about his relationship to himself. The stuff he gets fired up about, species extinctions, desertification, deforestation, ocean acidification, the fact that not one major economy has kept to its carbon reduction commitments, it's not only in his mirror. But I see the same thing in my elderly clients all the time. They have different obsessions, of course. We're about to run out of water, or run out of food, or run out of energy. The economy is on the brink of disaster, and their 401ks will turn into pumpkins. But in truth, they're afraid of dying. And because when you die, the world dies too, at least for you. They assume the world will die for everybody. It's a failure of imagination in a way, an inability to conceive of the universe without you in it. That's why old people get apocalyptic. They're facing apocalypse, and that part, the private apocalypse, is real. So the closer their personal oblivion gets, the more certain geriatrics project impending doom on their surroundings. Also, there's almost a spitefulness sometimes, I swear, for some of these bilious Chicken Littles. Imminent Armageddon isn't a fear, but a fantasy. Like they want the entire planet to implode.